What's going on, guys? It's the Poster64 back here again with another Godzilla figure review. Guys, in this one, we're taking a look at the Bandai Japan Ghidorah from the Godzilla Ride in Japan. So this guy is an exclusive to the Japanese store, the physical one there, and the online Japanese store, which also only sells to Japan. So basically, the only way to get him is to either buy him secondhand or buy him from a company like I did. I bought him from a company called Zen Market. Basically, you pay them to buy items that only ship to certain places, like Japan, basically. So you pay them, they buy the item for you, and then you pay them an additional fee to ship the item to you. So it's a way to get things. So Zen Market is how I got these guys, but you can check them out on eBay. I'm seeing them for about $80 to $90 on there. Seems to be the standard price, which is about what I ended up paying for them anyways, after you factor in the Zen Market shipping and stuff. So real quick, we'll take a look at this tag. Like I said in the Godzilla review, I really like this black and white look. Ghidorah looks totally scary here. He's got like really big looking chest, and he almost looks humanoid from here, which is interesting. So there's the Ghidorah on there. Inside of the tag, if you want to take a quick peek at that back of the tag, you got some wing on there. And I really like this Ghidorah. It totally reminds me, especially the back reminds me of like the Cretaceous Ghidorah, just with like the rugged spines. Looks really cool. Down to the tail, the ends of the tail look really nice. I love the detailing in the paint on here. You got the kind of the off gold with the browns just kind of speckled in. You got some veins on the wings, a little detail they didn't have to do, but it's nice that they did. The chest looks good. Toe claws are pretty solid. And then this Ghidorah is actually, I believe, the first time we've ever had Ghidorah actually have some semblance of hands. He's had kind of like a singular hook before, but this one he's actually got a couple of claws. So that is definitely kind of a fun look. Here's our heads, guys. Not too different on anything on any of the head sculpts, but they do look pretty nice. I wouldn't have minded at all had they made these horns individually sculpted as opposed to just attaching them to the heads. Like obviously in the picture, if you take a look at the picture, the horns aren't, streamlined against their head like that. They come off of them and poke out. So I definitely wish we would have gotten that, the horns actually coming out. And the other, one other minor complaint I have about this Ghidorah is how hunched over he is. It makes him scale really weirdly with everybody. Because for example, here's the Godzilla. So Godzilla, with how Ghidorah is actually bent way over, like not only is his body angled, but his heads are angled down too. So if you stretched him out, he could be a lot taller. He can definitely stand over Godzilla like he should. So it's definitely weird seeing Ghidorah be smaller than Godzilla. I don't know that I'd love that too much, but it's not much of a complaint. Since we're scaling anyways, I brought a couple other Godzillas over. Here's a NECA. Obviously, he's going to scale pretty similarly with all these Godzillas because they're all about the same size. This is the King of the Monsters Godzilla from Bandai Japan. And then two Bandai Japan Ghidorah figures I brought over. Here is the King of the Monsters Ghidorah. So obviously, the King of the Monsters, pretty much similar height. This King of the Monsters got that huge towering wings. And then the last Ghidorah I grabbed, guys, is the 91 Bandai Japan Ghidorah, who scales fairly similar. His heads just poke up a little higher, but then come down further. He's got the really long necks there. And then this guy's obviously got a very large wingspan. Let's get an exact number for you guys. Get the ruler out real quick. At the heads, like I said, guys, this is the 6-inch mark up here, so he doesn't even pass that. Nose to tail, though, he's a pretty long figure. Almost, 11.5 inches, really. And then wingspan is also pretty much a foot. Like it's actually over a foot because he can hide the whole ruler behind him and still have some sticking out. So pretty big wingspan, but like I said, the one big complaint I would have is he's a little too hunched over. Tell me, guys, I would love to get both of these figures in an 8-inch scale. Get a little more articulation on the both of them, get a height where Ghidorah kind of stands over Godzilla, like this. Just make him really, really giant. Speaking of articulation, guys, let's jump into it, and don't get too much out of this guy. Nothing at the leg where it attaches to the body. You have some calf articulation, which is an interesting place to do articulation. This tail joint's fixed. The tails are pretty malleable, though. You can get a pretty good amount of movement out of them. No articulation on the heads or the necks, guys. And then the wings are stuck too. So really the only actual articulation you have is this awkward calf articulation, which who the heck's gonna use that for more than slightly angling the feet if you want. So really almost no articulation out of this guy. I would have loved to get some head articulation, at least, you know, to angle the heads a little bit, or some neck articulation would have been nice. But it is nice how they did kind of point the heads a little differently. I do appreciate that for sure. So guys, anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick video on the Bandai Japan Ghidorah from the new Godzilla Ride, guys. Let me know in the comments, did you pick this up? What do you think of this Ghidorah design? Do you want to see more out of this Ghidorah and Godzilla? Do you want to see more of this stuff? And tell me in the comments, guys, has anybody been to Japan, or anybody live in Japan, and been to the ride, been to the park? I'd love to hear your experience, so let me know if you have down in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.